friends, it's Linda. I am here once again just to do a video and just to touch base, and I hope everybody's doing well. I have been doing well, and today I just wanted to talk about something that if you are practicing conjure and hoodoo, something you need to think about. I know that my grandmother used to talk about this, but I read this book some time ago. It's not like something I've read recently. I think I read this book maybe about a year ago, but it has some very good points on it. And I just wanted to talk because it kind of reminded me some things that my grandmother had talked about. And the book is called Working Conjure, A Guide to Hoodoo Folk Magic, and it's by Hoodoo Sin Moise. It's a very good book, and if you practice hoodoo or conjure, it is like, to me, one of those basic books that you definitely need to read and know something about. And in this book, he talks about the spirit of a place or the spirit of place. And not that my grandmother talked about it that way, but old folks used to say that different places have a spirit to them. Different locations, different cities have different spirits. And if you work in magic and conjure, you will begin to feel the differences in different places that you go. Even if you go to like festivals and stuff like that, you'll feel the vibe of everybody, and you just will feel the sensations. You will either want to be there or not. So a lot of us that do this kind of work, you naturally have that uh, intuition, that discernment about different places. Well, places do have a feeling. They have a spirit. They have spirits there. And so I just kind of wanted to go over some of those places that maybe you have felt that spirit thing. Conjure is not really a religion, but it has strong ties to the spirit of roots and to God and to the ancestors. So because you're dealing with the spirits of all of those, you will feel sensations. You will feel like I feel guided by my ancestors and all of that. So you will feel that when you're working conjure. The spirit of a place is something that I have notes here, so you're going to see me looking down. Holds potency and power, and it's also based on the physical location of a place. Like a crossroads or a graveyard. And even as I say that you could feel that both of those places, one, they have spirits there that will help you, or maybe not. And they have a sensation when you walk on them. You feel something. The spirit of a place can mean two things. One, it's a specific place to work if you do work, conjure or whatever. So it's a place to do work. And two, it has a spiritual resonance that is there because people have done work there for over a long period of time. And so it has just created this spiritual resonance, or I call it this spiritual power place. It also means that there are spirits there who dwell in certain places and areas, and they're not against giving assistance, or if you don't go there in a respectful manner, causing some issues and some problems. And when you go to certain places and you do this is not the kind of work that you just want to go willy-nilly thinking you need to know. You need to have worked with somebody. You need to know what you're doing. Your altar has a spirit, and a place, not really a spirit, but it has the spirit of place because you do work there, and over time it builds power and resonance because of all the work becomes like a power point for you. But some of the places that I feel have the spirit of place, and coming from this book too, they say the same thing, but it's almost like you do know that. And there's a few places that, I mean, there's lots of places that have the spirit, even banks, if you think about it, because you can do work getting the dirt and getting that from a bank and all that kind of thing. But the crossroads, it has a spirit there. You have to know what you're doing when you go to the crossroads. You need to know the time. I don't usually do a lot of work at night in the crossroads. That's just my personal preference. Because like I said, you need to go at certain times, and you need to be careful, and you need to cleanse. I cleanse before and after. I don't go the same way I came, different things like that. It's a place where choices have to be made at the crossroads. It gives the opportunity to receive or to take something away. It's one of the powerful places. And I'm just going to go over a few examples of the spirit of place, a river. Once again, the spirit of the river gives and takes away. The river can be used to remove bad work and perform powerful cleansings, such as the renewal of the soul. The river brings life to the areas that, that it feeds around it in that place. It can bring prosperity. Baptisms happen at a river where the soul is cleaned, and usually you want that water cold so that the old is washed away in the river. And when we say river, we're also including creeks. I'm sorry. The ocean. I love the ocean. It's majestic. To me, that's a very good cleansing and renewal of the spirit and the soul. It has strength and it has potency. The water is deep and wide, and it is like a womb. So it has strong healing properties. And like the river, the ocean gives and takes away also. The power of the ocean can provide fish or can create a tidal wave. And the ocean is a place of emotions too. The railroad is a place for protection. It is the power of the people who came before us and lays those tracks down. So it's a place of fortification, force, and power. The spikes of the railroad are powerful tools for protection. So that's another place. Woods. And when I think of woods hold many secrets. It's a place to find growth, life, death, blessings, and even cursings. The spirit of the woods hold mystery. Also, it's filled with the power of the earth. It's a place you can work blessings, cursings, cleansings, and prosperity. You can work separation as also drawing love in the woods. The mountains. The mountains, think about them. They're powerful. They're majestic. They have a spirit of old work. The mountains are strong and stable and able to withstand most difficult situations. It's a good place for foundational work. It's a very serious place. And then the graveyard. Many people know about that. It has many facets. Some graveyards are sleepy, some are very alive. You can definitely do curse work there also. The graveyard, you can also do some blessing works there too. You gotta establish a working relationship with any spirits that you work in the graveyard. You can't just go there one time and be like, okay, I want you to help me do this. No, it's a work in itself to do that, and you have to establish a relationship with those you want to work with. So that means you go there many times before you even begin to ask or do any work. If you're going to do that, you need to cleanse yourself. Again, I'm one of those before and after. Definitely after. I don't go, when I leave, I don't go the same way I came. There's a lot of little nuances there, so you got to know what you're doing with that. You bring an offering before you get in. You just really, like I said, I caution people if you don't know what you're doing. But it's definitely important to establish a relationship. And the graveyard can be volatile, so you need to know what you're doing and just don't go there willy-nilly. You need to be careful at the graveyard because you can walk into somebody else's work that is working there too. And geographic locations are also places that have that spirit of place. Like I'm thinking of New Orleans. New Orleans is a city built on the dead, pretty much, because their graveyards were above the ground. So it definitely has a spirit of place all around it. You can feel the forces of those spirits as you walk around New Orleans. Um, and it's a place that you can do work at any of those places. So I just wanted to talk about that, to have you consider that, and just to educate and talk about it. Do you use the spirit of place in your work? That using that spirit of place, going to certain places, uh, using the dirt from certain places in your work can be very powerful work. So consider that. Don't take it lightly. Don't do these things if you don't know what you're doing. Seek guidance, seek instruction, but it can add to and make a very powerful working. You be blessed. So good to see and hear from you. Be blessed, friends. Have a great day. Bye.